Joining us on the line right now, we have Rich Gibbons, aka Borderline. Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. Yourself?
I'm well, thank you very much. Happy 2014. So
Yes, it's been a good start.
has it? What have you been up to?
Just mucking around, really, just enjoying summer, taking in some sights and travelling a little bit.
No, you're based down in Wellington, so whereabouts have you been?
I was.
You went in the
Wellington.
cable car, eh? Sorry.
No, cable car is not really my thing. But I've currently just moved to Nelson, so I'm just relaxing out and taking in some beach time.
Oh, how beautiful! So,
Yes,
are you familiar with the live scene down there? As a drum and bass beats producer, do you manage to put on a lot of live performances for people, or are you still in the very early stages of that kind of thing?
It was regular, like it's once or twice a month. I try and get out and get around the country a little bit and just play a few shows here and there. So I'm kind of familiar with it. It's getting a little bit more and more now. I'm writing my own tunes.
So what was your musical background? Have you always been a big fan of drum and bass?
Yeah, I kind of grew up on hip hop, and then a bunch of mates who really started getting into like drum and bass, and then it was kind of eventuated from there. That's probably about 8 years ago.
Do you reckon
so it's kind of just eventuated from there, just hanging out with mates and listening to tracks.
Because I kind of thought that drum and bass was a little bit of a dying breed. No, I'm not trying to be offensive or anything, but how do you feel about the scene? Is it still going really strong, or are there pockets in New Zealand where it's particularly strong?
I think it's always been strong. It's drum and bass I feel is kind of an underground type of music. It won't. I don't think it'll ever disappear as much as some of the other genres will.
Yeah, right. Okay.
It's probably Christchurch is really the shining point at the moment. Like, just did a show down there on the weekend, and it actually went off really well. Surprisingly, the amount of people that come out. But and that returns back to the promoter and how well they're willing to push drum and bass at the same time.
Yeah, totally. That's pretty rad. And do you come up to Auckland much? I mean, we've had quite a few artists, but they haven't been from Auckland. Which, of course, where I do most of the interviews and things. Drum and bass does seem to be coming from a lot lately from Christchurch and Wellington, but not so much up here to do with the audience.
And saying that there is a few nights that do go on, but with drum and bass, I don't know at the moment whether the locals are not getting behind their local scene as much.
Maybe.
And they're waiting for the internationals to come through instead of supporting the younger generation of DJs, so forth, and to push them into the limelight as well.
So what have you got planned over the next 12 months? Have you got lots more material? Are you going to be dropping an album?
Yeah, the Feelings that was on The Audience, that was part of my debut album on State of Mind Music.
Fantastic.
Which should be coming out in the next couple of months, and just working towards singles and really building the hype for the album. I think it's my 12-month goal with music this year anyway.
And tell us, because we're about to play Feelings featuring Bailey Wiley. Tell us a little bit about the collaboration. How did you two meet?
Well, I knew that I needed a vocal tune for the album to really catch the audience of New Zealand. That's a little bit different because drum and bass tends to be quite dark and heavy.
Yeah, right.
So when I approached it, actually a good mate put me on to Bailey, and I listened to some of her tunes and really liked what she was doing. So I just sent her a little piece, and she came up with the lyrics, and they actually worked really well for the track. So I went away, finished the track, and we got it to Wellington into the studio and just recorded it that way. So I didn't know her from a bar of soap until I'd actually just emailed her up.
Wow, that's fascinating.
The result was that tune.
Would you collaborate again?
Oh, definitely. She's amazing.
So, match made in heaven.
With her own work, so I hope she does really well this year on her own stuff.
Hey, Rich, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you. Okay, Borderline. And so when did you say the record was coming out? Next couple of months?
Next couple of months. We're looking probably end of March.
Brilliant. Oh, congratulations. We'll keep our eyes peeled. And our ears. And let's check out Feelings featuring Bailey Wiley. And, of course, listeners, you can find out more about Borderline on theaudience.co.nz and flick it a vote for the top 10 on the chart. Thank you so much, Rich. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No problem. Thank you.
Here we go. This is Borderline with Feelings.
Knock, knock on my door.